What's up, Steelers Nation? Your Pittsburgh Steelers are working harder than ever this offseason. From bold trades to franchise-shifting decisions, this team is not standing still, and you better believe the front office isn't done yet. Before we dive into today's exclusive report, smash that like button to support the channel. And if you're a true Steelers fan, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a major update. All right, let's talk about what's on every black and gold heart right now, TJ Watt. We all know, and one of the best, if not the best, edge rushers in the NFL. But here we are, with just weeks to go before training camp and no new deal signed. And thanks to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, we now have an inside look at what's really going on behind the scenes. According to Fowler, while negotiations are ongoing, there's no traction on a trade and no serious internal consideration to move Watt. So let's clear that up. The Steelers aren't looking to shop their star, but they are working on a deal that could end up making Watt the highest-paid pass rusher in the league, Fowler explained on League. When this is all said and done, typically, they like to do their deals either around training camp or leading into Week 1. So yes, Steelers fans, this saga could continue right up to the season opener. Let's talk money. Watt is entering the final year of his current deal, set to earn $21 million. That's a solid number, unless you're Myles Garrett, who just inked a jaw-dropping $40 million per year extension with the Cleveland Browns this summer. New contract sent. Watt, who turns 31 in October, had another dominant year in 2024, racking up 61 tackles. Both are elite. Both are game. But only one has a Defensive Player of the Year trophy. In his case, and that's Watt. So now, let's zoom out for a second. The Steelers have already made some of the boldest moves in recent franchise history this offseason. Traded for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, signed Aaron Rodgers, moved on from George Pickens, and Najee Harris gutted and restructured the offense and secondary on now. There's buzz that another big move could be brewing. Insiders believe the Steelers are still active behind the scenes. They've reportedly been calling around about wide receivers and might still be looking to add another starter in the secondary, especially after trading away Minka, and the Steelers could land any of them for a bargain. Plus, if they feel Jalen Ramsey should stay at corner, adding a true free safety becomes even more urgent. Names like Justin Simmons and Jordan Whitehead have already been floated. Headline-grabbing addition. But here's where things get dangerous and fast. The Dallas Cowboys are dealing with their own pass rusher dilemma. Micah Parsons is due for a mega It could complicate negotiations even further. Think about it. If Parsons signs for, say, $42 million a year, Watt will absolutely expect to top that, or at least match it. That kind of jump could force Pittsburgh's hand. The Steelers have been burned before when they waited too long to pay their stars. This is one they cannot afford to fumble. Watt isn't just another player. Despite concerns about his age, he's played all 17 games in back-to-back seasons and continues to perform at an elite level. When Watt's on the field, the Steelers are a top-tier defense. When he's not, well, we've seen the results. He's also beloved in the locker room and by the fans. Simply put, this team can't afford to enter a championship window, especially with Aaron Rodgers at QB without Watt anchoring the defense. So, when can we expect a deal? If the Steelers stick to their usual script, expect things to heat up around the start of training camp, or even the week before Week 1. That's been their standard operating procedure for big money extensions in the past. And it looks like they're following the same formula here. The good news? Both sides seem aligned on wanting a deal. That clock is ticking louder by the day, and don't rule out one more surprise trade before training camp kicks off. The Steelers have been active and unpredictable all offseason, so adding another weapon on offense or a defensive back isn't out of the question. If they're going all-in, and clearly they are, why stop now? With over a dozen picks in the 2026 draft and plenty of assets on the roster, Pittsburgh still has the flexibility to make one more splash move before August. All offseason, the talk around the Steelers was about adding to the secondary, not subtracting. So when the Steelers traded Minka Fitzpatrick, a 3-time All-Pro, and the emotional leader of the defense back to the Miami Dolphins, fans were stunned. It wasn't just a shakeup, it was a seismic jolt. In return, the Steelers acquired star cornerback Jalen Ramsey and tight end Jonnu Smith, a bold and aggressive move by GM Omar Khan. But with Fitzpatrick gone, the safety room is now paper-thin. And a key question looms: who's actually going to start at safety? Right now, the Steelers' starting safeties are Deshaun Elliott and Juan Thornhill. On paper, that doesn't sound too bad. Elliott showed flashes last year and signed a 2-year extension this offseason, but it's Thornhill who's raising eyebrows, and not in a good way. Veteran Steelers beat writer Ray Fittipaldo joined the PM team with Pony and Mueller this week and had this to say: "I don't know if Thornhill is a starting caliber free safety at this point in his career, and I think that's why there's a lot of talk about Jalen Ramsey eventually fitting into that role." That's right, Thornhill, who struggled mightily with the Browns in 2024, may not be trusted to anchor the deep end of the field. And let's not forget, he's only on a one-year deal. This isn't someone the Steelers have committed to long-term. It's a prove-it year, and so far, the confidence doesn't seem to be there. This is where things get really interesting. There's talk around the organization that Jalen Ramsey might not just play corner. He could take on a hybrid role, rotating between outside corner, nickel, and free safety. Ramsey has this set. He's smart, physical, and reads offenses like a veteran quarterback. But asking a player to make that kind of positional shift at this point in his career isn't easy. It's risky, especially when your depth chart is already shallow. And here's the big issue. If Thornhill doesn't work out, and Ramsey has to shift full-time to safety, you're suddenly thin at both corner and safety. Fittipaldo didn't mince words. Even if Thornhill starts, you probably want to get someone behind him who could push him or be a pretty good backup. That's where the Steelers are in trouble. Outside of Elliott and Thornhill, there's only Miles Killebrew, who's more of a special teams ace than a true defensive safety. If someone goes down with an injury, the Steelers could be in crisis mode before Week 1 even kicks off. Now here's where things could get exciting again. If we've learned anything about Omar Khan this offseason, it's that he's not afraid to make bold moves. He already stunned the league with the trade for Aaron Rodgers. George Pickens dealed DK Metcalf, rumors Jalen Ramsey, and Jonnu Smith, blockbuster. So, is another move on the way? We wouldn't bet against it. There are still several veteran safeties on the free agent market who could come in and immediately provide stability. Think names like Justin Simmons, Jordan Whitehead, Julian Blackmon. Each of them brings a different skill set and could be signed on a team-friendly deal. If Khan believes Thornhill isn't the answer, or that the risk is too high, expect him to strike. The Steelers are in win-now mode. You don't bring in a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, trade away a fan favorite like Pickens, and move on from Minka, unless you believe your Super Bowl window is wide open. But if this team is going to contend, they need a defense that can force turnovers and shut down big plays, especially in the AFC, where you're facing elite QBs like Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow. The safety position is crucial in today's NFL. Fitzpatrick may have had his ups and downs recently, but he was still a proven playmaker. Now, the Steelers are betting on a player who may not be ready, and another who's better known for his flexibility than his production at safety. It's a gamble, and one that could backfire. Training camp is right around the corner. The clock is ticking. Do the Steelers trust what they have in Elliott and Thornhill? Or will they make one last push to bring in a proven veteran? Fitzpatrick's departure was shocking, but it also created a glaring hole. And, as Fittipaldo wisely pointed out, ignoring it could lead to a big problem if an injury hits or if Thornhill doesn't bounce back from a rough 2024. Ramsey can help. But he's not a long-term solution at safety, nor should he be. The Steelers need to add another natural safety. And soon, Steelers Nation, this is what we've been waiting for. The pieces are coming together. Rodgers is in. Ramsey is locked and loaded. The draft brought reinforcements. Now, there's one final move to complete the puzzle. Locking up TJ Watt. Will the Steelers get it done before the season starts? Will they pull off another blockbuster trade before camp? Or will another team's move like a Micah Parsons deal shift the entire landscape? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Should the Steelers make Watt the highest-paid edge rusher in the league right now, or should they wait it out a bit longer? Don't forget to hit that like button if you want to see Watt stay in the black and gold. And smash that subscribe button so you're always the first to know when Steelers news breaks. Let's keep the conversation going, and as always, here we go. Steelers.